let's go ahead and get back to it, shall we? We'll do about like one more hour, unless it looks like we're getting to the actual end. We'll, ooh, excuse me. We'll see what shenanigans happen here. Up and away. Like, notice each stage is like building on the world. What is? Yeah, it's revealing more of the stage. So it's like a giant mural area. Ooh, what's up with these? Eh. Nice. Let's see what's down here since. Okay, there's an area over there. This is probably just a thing to catch you if you fell. Yeah. It's just for fall damage prevention. Ah. Oh no, it fades. Oh no, oh no, oh no. What am I doing exactly here? Oh no. Hmm. Whoever built a lot of this stuff really like making a lot of breakable floors. What is this place even supposed to be exactly? Yeah, I can't get up there. Not sure why there's a second one now. I don't know. Story-wise, I'm not 100% sure what's going on exactly. Like, she woke up in the hands of a giant statue. The hands crumbled and she fell down, and everything was black and white. And as I completed areas, color was introduced to the world again. So I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be. Maybe I need to get this one to go further, maybe. So my guess is it's going to eventually leave me then? Then I fall and then I shoot up and then shoot up. But yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be or what this world is supposed to be exactly. I mean, a lot of it was very ruined. It's slowly becoming, like, you know, really filled with color and beauty. So, oh, no, there's another platform. Not really sure what the point of those butterflies are then yet. It just leads me down here. What was the point of that? Like, I can't reach those. Yeah, like, story-wise, I really don't have any theories much about what's going on. This could just be one of those kind of artsy kind of games that don't really get one anyway. Oh! Oh. So turning into the block scares it. Okay. Need 2. Those actual boards. What, there will be lights? Can't push that one. Let's see. Yoink. Yoink. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. We got a little bit of a different perspective going on here now. Yeah, this is really reminding me of that one Nintendo Wii game. Like, barely. Even that's reversed. Oh. Anyway, that one's jumpable though. Yeah. Okay, I have to swap between. What was that freaking Nintendo Wii game? But yeah, if Bug really liked this game, I should, of course, I don't know if they have a Wii, to be fair, though. You'd either need a Wii or Wii U, but definitely should recommend it if they like this, because, I mean, it's a very puzzly game. Of course, it's actually really long. It's not a super short game. That's one. It's a pretty fun area here. Okay. Good. It's definitely not high enough. Oh, there we go. No, I can't make that one. No, 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 no. Very disorienting. Okay, yoink. My life is an upside down butterfly. Damn it, do the spin. Go. Ooh. I make life. See those flowers over there. Yeah, see there's a... How do I get that one? Let me jump all the way over there. Maybe I need to get... Aha! So I'm thinking that flower to the white's where I need to go, I think. There's a big flower right there, too. Okay. Where do I go from here? Well, like I said, there was the large one on the white side, so I'm assuming I need to get to that. Hmm. Need to get up there. Hmm. Oh, actually, maybe... Aha! Oh, what the... Okay, that's fine, I guess. We got heal. Well, the other side has a Kind of weird that one doesn't have a thing on that. The bottom has a thing on both. Okay, so I need to do this. Oh. Wait! There we go. Oh, do I sing for that? Why not? Guess this is just a completely side area here then? I'm back here again. Okay. I don't think that's how reality works. And... oh. So now we should be able to go up. Uh... Whoa, 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 no, 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 no. Oh, I can actually move. Acceptance. Acceptance of what? Okay, she's putting the statue back together. I don't... What is the statue and hall supposed to be exactly? Control again? I think she's about to. Is a scene happening because of wedding on this? Well. Guess it's one of those games that probably don't have a whole lot of story into it then. I'll have to read about, like, what the game may have, like, symbolism for that. At first I thought, because it had a lot, like, all the humanoid, like, forms were all feminine, so I wondered if it had some kind of female, like, theme to it when I was first starting it. But, like, at this point, not quite sure. Not quite sure. Like, what happened to the world in this game, I don't know. Like, it was very ruined and full of, it's probably not really one of those kind of games where you're supposed to really think of much of a deeper story. Unless there's something, like, secretive in the game or something. I'd have to look into that, though. Although, I think it's just meant to be just whimsical and, very whimsical, platformy, and artistic-y. Puzzly, you know. Platformy and puzzly. I don't think it's necessarily supposed to have some, like, deep meaning behind everything in the world. But I imagine the statue... Oh, excuse me, the statue, the dark thing, and the main character may have some, like, actual meanings of that. I wonder if it's, like, has any, like, potential, like, religious or, cultural, related stuff, I wonder. That could be a possibility. There could be some kind of, like, cultural legend or something. Oh, how should I say, fairy tale type background, perhaps, towards it. Again, that'd be something to have to research. but couldn't have done it without Weasability. If I remember correctly, I think the studio that made this, I think this was the first game, I think. So, definitely a visually appealing. And I enjoyed some of the later puzzles. The water and the sky area I especially enjoyed. Thank you for playing. But yeah, I'm not really sure if there's any... The end. Finish the game. So apparently you can hop around now if you want to collect like everything. That's what extras has. Gallery. Can I like zoom in? Yeah. See, notice that like they changed whole kind of shape in some of the sketches. See, I feel like this is one of those kind of games where the game, like, there probably is like a symbol. Oh, that's interesting. Her clothing was meant to represent different parts. Honestly, that would have been actually kind of an interesting touch, though, to be honest. Yeah, this is probably the kind of game where this probably has a lot more connection to, like, the creator than, per se, the player. So, like, the creator probably had a lot more to say on regards. So kind of an outlining of the areas. And you got the music. Very soft themes. Except for the... What was it? That one? What was it, that one? That one's a bit more louder. Interesting to add music that that they didn't didn't get included. That's an interesting... Like, I like when games include like interesting like remnants of the game that didn't really make the game, but they show it to you. So a towel, something, tree, a turtle, meal, and a hand. Let's do a look up here. Let's see. Here we are. Something from the author. A game about death. The first thing you notice about the video game is that it looks like a painting. While it's not particularly challenging mechanically, it's always a joy to behold. The game is pretty clearly about grief and loss. The player is a young girl who, I assume, is named Gris, despite never being confirmed as such. She explores her world symbolically, processing her grief. It becomes more colorful, moves with more speed and grace. The music, piano, strings, and chord is soaring and emotionally raw. The entire game passes wordlessly throughout the world in the hotel. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, go by and play. Spoiler warning. Let's see. I mean, we just beat the game, so I mean, there's not really much else to learn, right? It's split in 5 sections that reflect the 5 stages of grief. You might pick up on them theoretically, or you may find secret actions in each section that unlock an achievement named for that stage. What you might not know is that these stages will force applied not the monos, but to the terminally ill patient. So it's not even clear who is dead or dying. Is Gris mourning someone and eventually going to live her life, or is she accepting her own death? Is this painted world a representation of a grief, or her hallucinating in a terminal coma? The wonderful thing about this game is all of these explanations are valid. At the end of my first playthrough, let's see. It does tell you who the weeping woman is. Oh, there's an additional scene. So apparently if you collect all the collectibles, it'll actually tell you who the weeping woman is. Though this article says they ain't spoiling it though. So basically, I'd have to go back and collect all the thingamabobs. Interesting. Well, I'm not sure. It just says it's more like an Easter egg thing, so I might have to look into that, see if it's something I want to walk towards, or just consider it a done deal. But I'll have to consider that off screen. But interesting. So it's supposed to be the 5 stages of grief that. At least, well, I thought that was from, like, the author. But I guess, because the way it was worded. Either way, still an interesting thought process, though. So if I hit continue. So, you know, we never actually. Where does it continue from? If it continues for the hub, I want to try one thing before we go, if it does. Where does it stop me? Da, 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 da. Okay, so it starts me before I got attacked again. So I'm curious if instead, what happens when we go to an old stage? Oh. That got blocked off. So yeah, I guess it just prevents you from going back, Willie. That was that one, and then that's how I came back from that. So yeah, you basically would have to use the chapter system to, assuming it lets you carry over what you currently have. And this one I came from underground, I believe. So yeah. Oh, but I can actually swim down now, though, nimble, so... I don't know, I think mainly you just would have to use the chapter system, really. I was just kind of curious. So yeah, they kind of block you off from going where they don't want you to go at the time, so... Then you have to find a secret room. Well, I'll look into that off screen. If you see another video, it's related to that, and if not, then I guess I decided it wasn't as big of a deal to get. But something to strive for if you play it for yourself.